You got me? You got me? There you are. Look at us. What's happening? It's the drop. Or don't. Look at it. All right, hang on. Adjustment. There we go. That's the production value is way high. It's the drop. It is live from Cactus Music. This is Quinn. He has the list.
And boy, do I. We have a bunch of fun stuff to talk about today.
Box full of stuff.
We got a box full of stuff, and I'm going to kick it up with words that I love to say only at Cactus.
Exclusive.
First time ever on vinyl, DJ Screws 3 in the Morning, part 2 LP set, only at Cactus. We have a limited number of these, and then they will be gone.
And I love the story behind it.
Yeah, so our good friend Russell passed away, who owned Big Time Records, and he arranged for these to be pressed before he passed. And we were very fortunate that we have been entrusted with selling this first pressing. I don't know what's going to happen down the road. As, estate stuff is always complicated, but we're very pleased to be in the Houston music.
How many were pressed?
Business. I don't know. I think about 500.
And all of them.
Well, what's left?
We got
are
in.
You can get it
so
here.
Come get it here.
Essential.
Dude, that's the coolest
music
thing.
From Houston, Texas,
100%. And Chopped and Screwed, baby.
Come get it, man. You want, and nobody knows. Nobody knows that this is out there because there were a few. About a year ago, there were some copies that came out.
Yes.
And then there hasn't been any since.
Yes.
You want to freak someone out that's a Houston hip hop fan? Buy them one of these. They're gonna love it. Hey,
mine is on layaway because I have no money.
It is the season.
It is the season to be broke.
And let's keep it Houston.
Let's do it.
Keep talking about Houston. There's a brand new album from the Hates. You know these guys?
Christian. Absolutely. Everybody knows Christian.
Love Christian, and probably they got to be Houston's longest tenured punk band.
Without a doubt.
No
it's
doubt.
Not even. It's not even close.
And we're going to have them here on the Cactus stage in January. Be on the lookout for a date for that.
Coming to that one.
To celebrate their great record. And good to have him back.
He went through a bad patch, right? He had cancer?
He had cancer. But seemingly,
I mean, it was touch and go.
Great to live in Houston, Texas, right?
Amen to that.
It's every time I see him, I feel lucky.
Amen.
Ever since we were young punk rocker wannabes, we're watching him. Yeah, and it's so funny because I was like, he was a little scary with the ginormous mohawk. Yeah, and then you get to know him; he's the sweetest guy in the world.
Yeah, the mohawk arrived before he did. In case you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, God bless him.
It's a new album from the Hates. Pick it up, look for them. They're going to be performing at the record store sometime soon. Okay, now we got a few new releases. There's usually not that much this time of year. A little bit of housekeeping. This record has never ever been on vinyl. And of course, Mac DeMarco is just coming off of that record 5 Easy Hot Dogs, which is all instrumental music, his first proper release of all instrumental. Well, in 2015, he did, this is really cool. He had a barbecue and he made this music available to raise money for food banks.
Oh, very cool.
But it's never been available on vinyl. It's now on yellow vinyl. This is some other ones. And he calls it his barbecue soundtrack. Because they had a barbecue to raise funds for it, and this was the music that was played. It was a free download for a long time. It's the first time it's ever been available physically, only in indie record stores. You can get think it's a yellow pressing of that. So
and all of the songs reference food.
They do,
in one way or another.
Little Pepper, Onion Man.
Yeah, Onion Man, Young Coconut.
I like Peter's Pickles.
Fish Terry. Okay.
There you go. All right. So, and of course, he's got a lot of fans out there. So, and again, this thing just kind of popped up. Way to surprise people. All right. Another new release. Big artist Michael Fronti and Spearhead. Brand new record from him. I think he's really predominantly known more as a touring musician and a festival artist than his records. So he had 3 #1 singles, including that Sound of Summer or Summer Sounds track. I mean,
that was huge for him.
He's not without his hits, but he's got an interesting story. He's an award-winning filmmaker. He's an activist. He's a philanthropist. In fact, his Do It for the Love charity is great, and he manages to squeak out a new record every year, every other year.
Shout out to him, man.
Got a bunch of loyal fans, and if you haven't seen him live, if you see him on a festival, listen, go see him. He brings the energy. He really is a terrific artist.
Right on, man.
All right, you ready to do some rocking?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're going to do some rocking with Dockin. If you
who's in the band these days?
Well, it doesn't really. I read the bio.
I'm guessing it's Don.
It's Don.
Good old Don.
It doesn't say so much about who's in the band, but it does say, because Jeff Pilson's now in Foreigner.
He's been in Foreigner for a million years.
Forever. And then he also plays with George Lynch, who is not on the record. There's a guitar player, John Levin. But
I think Lynch pops up every now and then at a Dockin gig, and he comes up and does a couple of songs, but it's not a.
They're not
simpatico.
They are not.
They do it for the fans.
So this guy John Levin plays guitar, and I think it sounds. If you're a fan at all, you're gonna dig this. Kevin Shirley mixed and mastered it, and he's the guy that's.
Oh, he's done everybody.
He's done everybody all the way back to
Who had an interview with him? I either heard or saw an interview with him. And when they started going down the list of who he's produced, it was ridiculous.
I mean, most recently, Iron Maiden. He's in last few Iron Maiden records, but he's done tons of hard rock records, and actually hard pop records or
Iron Maiden is now kind of their own genre, aren't they? Or their own. I don't know what they are, but I think they're their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they definitely occupy a space into their own.
They will be doing that into their 100s.
Yeah, they sure will. Okay, I'm going to have to look at my notes to clarify this.
Go.
So this is a new artist, 4 and the Strange Band. The album is Hangdog, and you might think, who is 4? That's kind of bold. It's mysterious. Call himself 4. This is Coleman Emmett Williams, performing professionally as 4. He's the son of Hank Williams III. He's the grandson of Hank Williams Jr. and the great-grandson of Hank Williams by the process of elimination.
Sure. Right.
And worth checking out, It's funny how...
I got to ask, what does it sound like?
It's definitely country. I think it sounds like a debut album. It sounds like he's finding his voice, but it's worth checking out. It's funny how talent really kind of skips generations, because there's a lot of people that love Hank Sr. Do not like Hank Jr. But love Hank 3. Yeah, right. So it skips around. So check it out. Let us know what you think.
And if you're watching this at home and you're like, what is all that noise in the background? The Christmas shopping is going off in Cactus
It is
music.
On. The rush.
They've got everything.
The
so
rush
get down
is here. Phones are ringing. People are changes rattling.
Phones will be ringing.
Okay, this is a cool record. We love to introduce people to new artists on the drop. And this is really a great record. This is Miron Bradley. The album is I Kept These Old Blues, and it's such a cool cover, right? It looks like a 1970s singer-songwriter record.
Yeah. Am I getting like a Joni Mitchell vibe here? What's happening?
It is a blues record.
It is okay.
And my friend Josh Rosenthal, who has his Tompkins Square label, Josh loves outsidery folk, very traditional stuff. And he signed this artist. She's a Celtic blues artist from Ballybofey County in Donegal, Ireland. Signed her when she was 13, but the record never came out because of COVID. They never got to finish the record because of COVID. Now the record is done, and it's terrific. I mean, there's definitely an old soul quality to it. Like a young person
interesting
that's mastered, that's really working in a genre that is not predominantly for young people, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it is really cool.
This is a curveball.
Check it out, Artist on the Rise. I think this is it's just cool.
I love it.
Yeah,
good job with that one.
Hey man, that's what I'm doing.
Good job, brother.
Ding. Okay, another new act. I'd say new act, but new to the Physical Goods. They've been touring for 8 years, tearing up the roads. They play songs in commercials and in films and stuff. It's their fourth full length, but this is Flatland Calvary, and this is their new album, Wandering Star, and they just got signed to Interscope and Universal, and man, they're great. They are really. It's kind of how it used to be back in the day, where in the 80s and 70s and 80s, you would kind of gestate as a new artist, and then you'd sign to a major. 3 or 4 records in when you really had the goods and you had a chance to mature on your own.
That doesn't happen anymore.
These guys are great. My son loves them. And hopefully we get a tour date here so that people can check them out. But strong vocals, great songs.
Wandering Star.
If you're looking for some new country music or looking to buy a gift for somebody, this will fit the bill. It's a cool record.
Got it.
Cool. And you can say, oh yeah, there's this new act you got to check out. It's great. They were pretty much mostly just a streaming artist prior to this.
I love this, man. It's
making
me happy.
Our last new release, we're going to keep it country, and everybody knows what happened at the Hollywood Bowl with Willie's 90th birthday. This is the LP version, but there's also a double CD with the DVD or Blu-ray of the show. But everybody came out to celebrate Willie's 90th. You got Chris Stapleton, you got Keith Richards, you got, of course, Lucas Nelson, Beck, Lyle Lovett. This is a really cool, fun record in the spirit of the evening. Lumineers do Pretty Paper on here.
I love it, man.
So this is kind of just the
all the songs you want to hear.
All the songs, they all do them. George Strait's on there. And so I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I recorded.
I've seen bits and pieces. Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces.
And,
I've seen a couple of.
I want to see it. It looks really fun.
It does look amazing.
It looks fun. And man, 90 still going. I saw him this past summer in Wisconsin, in the middle of some huge gorge that they just made a live music venue out in the country.
Love it.
And he was terrific.
It looks like the cover of the video game Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh. And what you think that's intentional?
I don't know. It's just a cool style.
Who knows?
Cool art style.
Who knows? We don't know. Hey, let's talk about some little records.
Please.
We talk about big records. Let's talk about some little records. Great way to release new music. We got the great Britney Howard, who's made a couple solo records now, but of course is
the front
of the Alabama Shakes, and the cover art on this is so great. New music from her, 2 new songs, and featuring who are the guests on here.
Does it say?
I can't read it. Ramona Reed and
Sensing. Yep. There you go.
Not quite sure who they are, but they, I'm sure with Britney inviting them along, it's got to be cool.
It's got to be good. Yeah. I like the art style. It is really cool.
Yeah. And it's on like an orange vinyl. But
is it like 45?
Yeah. 45.
Okay, 45.
And I just love this format to like, hey, you want to leak a couple of new tunes? I mean, you can always make it available via streaming or digitally, but it's cool to drop a 45, man.
Done.
And that's what these guys did too. U2, Atomic City, brand new record from them. And this
was not expected.
We rarely do this on the drop. Let's open this sucker up because this says that it is photoluminescent, transparent, 7-inch single.
Yeah.
I don't even. You know what that means?
No.
Like I know photoluminescence, like sometimes sea creatures.
I like
and
to rub it on the leg trick.
Oh, that's a trick. That's a record store trick.
That's
you
a
can
hack.
Just take it. You just do this with the shrink wrap. And it'll open it up, real clean and nice. You ready for the big moment?
Go.
Let's see what this looks like.
So far.
They say photo. So this probably glows at night. It's probably like that's a fancy way of saying glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Looks kind of snotty to me.
Phlegm colored.
New phlegm colored U2 7-inches.
Vinyl.
Hit the racks. But of course,
get them while they're hot, kids.
Get them while they're lukewarm and gross. So obviously, huge year for these guys playing the Sphere, and it's curious that Larry Mullen is pictured on the sleeve since he hasn't been playing any of these dates with them, but
that's crazy.
Sure, still in the band, of course, but yeah, big year for them. Good to have new music from them, and as always,
backing vocals by The Edge and Jackknife Lee. Do we know Jackknife Lee?
Yeah, he's a big producer. Produced a ton of
ton
of stuff.
I got you.
Hey, we have one reissue to talk about, and boy, is it!
Oh my God!
It's a giant box set. Of course, it's available as a 2 CD, multiple like 5 discs.
Can I just tell you, I bought this on CD, and for a month or two, it was the only thing I listened to.
Yeah, because the first record was a huge breakthrough, but then the second record's better. Like they broke the sophomore slump.
They recorded all the guitars bone dry.
I know, I love that.
You know, and everybody gave him so much hell for that. And it was like, that's incredible.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. So this is the Black Crowes Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. Their
legend
sophomore effort, tremendous record. And let me tell you, this thing is a big deal.
Yeah,
because
that was still original lineup too, right?
Original
This
lineup.
was the last record.
Yeah, I think they changed guitar. I think the guitar player changed between the first record and the second record, if I'm not mistaken. But everybody in around us wants this because it has a bonus disc, the live in Houston, February 6, 1993 concert. So you get a bunch of rarities in there, studio recordings, a show from Houston, Texas.
That's insane.
And again, there's like a 4 CD box set, 2 CD that I think just has the live show in it, as well as single disc. But Black Crowes a very, very loyal fan base. They've been waiting and screaming for this, and it's finally out.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
And I'm curious about this because I've bought a lot of stuff since we've started the drop, and I've bought a couple of these. Like one was a limited thing. Before we were doing the drop, my wife came in for Christmas, got me the Motorhead thing.
Oh yeah.
99% of it is unopened. Is that a thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's. I work my way through the stuff that really matters to me, but the huge packages, I think it's like that's where you weigh in. You take your personal inventory as a fan.
So I got some work to do next week when I'm off.
Yeah,
I have to unwrap. I have to like.
You're like, do I really need like the Wilco, the Yankee Hotel Foxtrot?
Yeah,
it's like 14 discs. Do I need 14 discs of that?
No. I think it's like I have things that I've listened to so much, and they come out in these packages, and I want the package.
Right.
But I haven't opened the package.
Yeah, and maybe
just sitting there.
It's cool.
And that's when the show went sideways.
And Ruben.
Oh, it is embossed.
It's embossed, and I love it. What do you call that?
Gold leaf.
It's gold leaf.
Come on, baby.
It's leafed. We're going to leave that alone. All right. We're finally going to talk about some Christmas records. We've touched on a little bit.
Thank God.
Not a ton of new records this year, but there's some worth talking about. And we're going to kick it into high gear here. John Party.
Did not know he had
country music superstar.
That's incredible.
His first country record. This is a ridiculous photo.
I'll just let you guys take that in while we talk to you. The limited edition gold vinyl.
And he's a hit maker, chart superstar.
I love it.
And I think most of his music
got a good sense of humor.
The kooky thing you got to remember about Christmas records are almost always recorded in like June or July, so they can get on the schedule for Christmas.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of guys acting like it's Christmas.
People aren't feeling Christmassy yet.
No.
All right.
These guys, I'm betting, are feeling Christmas.
Oh, they are. Yeah, especially they're probably drunk in this picture. Anyway, no disrespect. First song is called "Beer for Santa." So if that doesn't make you want to buy this record, I can't help you.
Cookies and carrots for the reindeer are out.
And beer for Santa.
Beer for Santa. Beer for Santa. Okay, so this is another new release for this year, and it is tremendous. This is Samara Joy. This is A Joyful Holiday. What you need to know about her? She's a 2-time Grammy winner.
Yeah. Wait, have we done her on the drop?
We did.
Before?
We featured a deluxe edition of her debut major label records. I think this is actually her third record.
Yep.
And it's kind of cool that like she's early in her career doing it. You usually see artists.
Yeah.
Kind of cash in later and do it as this like, hey, I need to really haven't done something in a while. Oh, let's do a Christmas record. He's jumping right in. And if I can just speak to you music fans out there, if you love classic vocal jazz like
this woman can sing.
Dinah Washington or
beautiful voice.
Sarah Vaughan, she's the real deal.
Joy.
She's really she just did a Christmas show at the beginning of the month. I had it on my calendar. I couldn't make it.
She's looking for a little of that Mariah Carey Christmas juice.
Christmas juice. I like it
because that mailbox money starts coming in around this time of year from Mariah.
That's insane. Yeah, big one. Okay, then we got a couple of reissues of things that were previously in the CD era huge selling Christmas records, perennials. Every year they're big. This is the Alligator Records Christmas collection, and it's awesome.
This has to be good.
Kenny Neal, Coco Taylor, Lonnie Brooks,
Elvin Bishop,
Clarence
Gatemouse Brown.
Every year and people are just like, that is awesome. What is that?
Dude, and the great Charlie Musselwhite.
Yes. And there's a bunch of Christmas blues records that came after this because this thing was such a huge success.
Yeah.
They kind of got it going.
That's amazing.
Yeah. This is a fun record. It's good to see it back on. And of course, the label's celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. Congrats to Alligator. They really kind of redefined the postmodern
100
blues
100%.
Straight out of Chicago. They kind of get a bad rap because a lot of their records, it's like the same rhythm section. It's the same production. The records have a sonic consistency to it that some people don't really.
That's worked for some labels in the past very well.
Yeah, that's what I say about it. It's like, go talk to Motown or Stax.
The Dap
got
Kings.
it going on. Okay, next up on the Christmas trail, they finally reissued Jimmy Buffett's Christmas Island. Of course,
a lot of people are going to want this.
Yeah, one of the great musicians we unfortunately lost this year. This is a really fun Christmas record. If you love him, you probably even already know about it. You won't be disappointed. Great record.
I do not love Jimmy Buffett. In fact, it probably would go into my don't like category. But I have immense respect for what the man accomplished.
I do too.
The music that he wrote, all of the touring that he did, that he established 1 billion fans around the world. And
a brand. His music brand is associated with relaxation.
Just because I don't like your music does not mean I can't.
I
definitely give you.
I have mucho respect.
The big thumbs up for everything the man did, and he is missed.
And I celebrated I honored his passing in the same way I celebrated his life by not listening to his music. But that's it's
after
cool,
the show.
man.
I think we go next door and have a margarita.
That's what
you get a lunch break?
You're
the boss. You should get a lunch break.
I just did it. No, I mean,
Siesta?
like you saw me.
We can pretend we're in Barcelona.
I think you saw me race across the store eating a granola bar. I think that qualifies as a Christmas shift.
Got it. Okay.
Lunch break.
Fair enough.
Okay, we'll talk about a few things that aren't necessarily music, but certainly musical. My great friend of many Houstonians, John
incredible writer,
Lomax, incredible writer. Passed this last year, and his father, John Lomax III, put together this book of all of his writings about, and I know Margaret over at the Houston Press and Village Voice Media did a fantastic job of putting together all his writings. So John and David Beebe walked across Houston in different areas and he wrote these stories about just kind of what they encountered, the people they encountered. It's called The Soul of Houston.
Perfect.
And it is very, very cool. If you were a Houston Press reader back in the day, you would recall these stories. They were always compelling and often funny, and sometimes a twist of irony and sadness. John was a brilliant writer, and boy, gonna miss that guy forever. But
I think we mentioned this when he passed on the drop. I think we talked about it. I was like many people, probably in the same room at shows or at events, but I never physically met him.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, but always a huge fan of his. I mean,
he was a sweet guy. And I say sweet guy.
Right.
He great writer, and man, did not suffer fools gladly. If there was a story there of somebody being he would chase it down and make it happen. So book is great. Suggest putting that in. It fits in a stocking. Oddly enough, it's the perfect size to fit in a stocking.
Speaking of writing, covering music, whatever, and thank God that he's still a very young man and he's writing, and I absolutely love his writing. I love Joey Guerra.
Oh, Joey's awesome.
Joey's so much fun to read.
He is a music fan. He feels it in his heart and soul.
Yeah.
It's
if you said, "Hey, Joey, tomorrow, we're going to need like 5,000 words on Selena. You got 2 hours."
He's already written
done
up here. Yeah, he's
that
awesome.
man is a fan of Selena.
Okay, we're going to talk about some gifts here, some just things that have popped up.
This is great.
This is great.
This is fantastic.
We couldn't talk about it on this.
I've never seen this. Right? Was it embargoed?
It came out in August, and they didn't produce enough to fill. We never even got enough to talk about on the drop.
I am so happy that I'm broke.
There was a warehouse find, and our rep's like, hey, do you want some of these?
What?
You can get this many. And this is the Super 7 figure set of the Beastie Boys from the Sabotage video.
Get out of town.
Check it out. Look at their accessories. If you've seen the video, remember?
Yeah.
Banana.
Yeah.
Cell phone, old school cell phone, and a donut. It's pretty in the back.
I can't justify buying this, but no. God, I want it.
Yeah. So Super 7 are like these like little. It's very Anchorman, right?
That album was so good. Nathan Wind as Cochise, Alessandro Allegre as the Chief, and Vic Colfari as Bobby the Rookie.
Bobby the Rookie.
Come on, baby.
I love that video. Is that one of the greatest music videos of all time?
Without a doubt.
So if you want to celebrate
they even get the car to jump to that.
They totally do. Yeah. And of course, they're coming off. They're still, the Beastie Boys are as popular as they have ever been. That book really, the Big Coffee Table book, really kind of put them over. And they're never good as long as there are if 16-year-old boys.
If death hadn't intervened, those guys would still be making music.
Oh yeah,
they'd be dropping music.
And they made great records.
They made great records.
Way down the line.
Never faltered.
Okay, another one.
Remember when Paul's Boutique came out? People were like, yeah, they were a flash in the pan. They were a one-time.
And everybody was wrong.
Everybody was,
that record.
And then now awesome. It's a genius piece of work.
And now, like if you did a blanket survey of Cactus staff that like the Beastie Boys, and you asked them what their favorite record is, it's Paul's Boutique.
Yeah. It should be mine, but it's either the first record or Check Your Head.
Check Your Head, so good. That's just like a hit festival, right?
Oh,
so good. Okay,
hit it.
There's another one that just popped up. We've got these back in. It's the Cure Funko figures. You get the whole band in there, including Robert Smith. You got Reeves, and I forgot that Reeves Gabrels plays, from a Bowie fame plays with him. But this is pretty fun.
Such a great guitar player.
Fans are into this.
Clamoring
they had a
for
huge
this
year with that tour, and all around good guys.
Yeah,
surprise a friend with one of those.
Yep.
So you know what? I'm in the vinyl vault this week.
Oh, you are?
I'm in the vinyl vault. I got my vinyl. You
get it?
I got my vinyl vault pick, and I don't know if even Ruben knows this. Like my favorite group of all time is the Bee Gees.
You're good. That's almost been my vinyl vault a couple of times.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. So 1975.
God.
This band is really kind of, I think, more associated with tracks. They're really kind of people.
This is
not
amazing.
LPs. They never really sold LPs. They sold singles and were a huge radio band. But this record, arguably their masterpiece. There's several they've painted.
And I love this. It tells you who played on it. I never knew who played on it.
And this is where
because you only saw them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And this is the core of their band. They kept the same band on retainer for 25 years.
Well, we got to shout them out. Blue Weaver on keyboard and synth, Alan Kendall electric and steel guitar, and Dennis Bryan drums.
And Blue Weaver went on to do all the programming on the Pet Shop Boys early records.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But so this record, they made one record with Arif Mardin, Atlantic staff producer, under the direction of Jerry Wexler, and that record is kind of not very great. That Mr. Natural record, not very great. They follow it with this. Arif Mardin senses that Barry can sing in that falsetto. He's like, "Hey, let's try it like this."
Is that how it happened?
Yeah. And so you get Jive Talk, and you get Nights on Broadway.
Kids, just look it up.
Yeah, this record,
oh my,
top to bottom. A lot of people are like, why do you love the Bee Gees so much? Give me a point of reference. What can I listen to? Listen to this record. It is fantastic.
Yeah, and then listen to everything else.
Yeah, because this is the beginning. That they're more of like an orchestrated pop group.
Right.
When this comes out, or prior to this,
right.
And then this is then morphing into essentially a soul band, which ended up becoming disco. Love it or hate it, it's great. I love them every year.
You killed it. That is amazing. All right, so that's going to put us right at the time. Come on,
We did it. Ruben.
What is happening
we
here?
Did it.
We don't even need that anymore.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
What is it, like sand through the hourglass? Never mind.
Like socks on a rooster.
Like socks on a rooster. Still don't understand what the hell that means. All right, so guys, that does it for the drop. Next week, a very special holiday, Christmas week, New Year's week drop.
Freestyle.
We just freestyled it, experimental it. Watch it. Tell us what you think. I'm Ruben. That's Quinn. This is the drop. We'll see you in the new year. Bye.
Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, we got a new graphics package.
Oh yeah. What did that cost us?
What
did that set us back?
It's in the budget. Luckily, our producer put it in the budget earlier. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I was worried about that.
No, still they said no to hair and makeup.
What about wardrobe?
Not gonna happen.
It's never gonna.
Yeah.
We need some more clicks.
And I asked for an assistant.
All right.
I just keep asking for stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to give me something that I want, right?
In the meantime, the
we're out of here.
Helpful,
Do I
awesome
press the
Cactus.
button? I can't remember.
Something's going on.
Am I supposed to press the button?
Are we rolling free?
I don't
We can
know.
do that.
This